3, 2, 1.
Please stand by for further details. We return you now to your regularly scheduled program.
Hello to those of you who are feeling called to this reading in particular, mystery reading number 1143. My name is Elizabeth, and before getting into this reading, if you are a recurring viewer, you enjoy my work, and you would like to help support it, feel free to do so by sticking around and hitting that subscribe button down below, and ringing the notification bell next to it if you feel called to. And if you do feel called to subscribe and stick around, welcome, and thank you very much for your support in helping me reach 300 subscribers at this time, as well as your presence during this reading. Somebody might need the message to really, really trust yourself. Trust in your own judgment. And there may be other people in your life, or maybe those that you don't even know, who are judging you without really trying to understand you first. You might make someone in particular, or just certain types of people, feel intimidated or insecure. Or like something is a competition. And that could be frustrating, I know for me personally. As I was trying to say, I know for me personally, it's frustrating. And what really didn't help was the cut that you noticed with the glitch effect or whatever. I got cut off because Google's security measures, so-called security measures, really suck. Because I logged into my computer, I think, and I use this internet browser that doesn't allow tracking. You know, it's really built for privacy. And sometimes when I log in from that browser, Google will flag it as suspicious. So, sorry Google CEO that you can't track me, but if you really want to drive your users away, keep doing what you're doing. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. But me personally, can't stand Google. But anyway, honestly, I do want to say, I think Google merging with YouTube was the worst thing ever. One of the worst things. There's worst thing in the world. But yeah, just a little bit of a rant there, because that really frustrated me, because it was a really annoying interruption. But I did just see the number 1, 2, 3 on the timer. And that's a sign to trust that everything happens for a reason. And whenever Google flagged that login as suspicious and stopped recording my video and had that stupid ass pop-up, I saw the number 111 on the clock. And the reason why I came into this reading talking about how someone here might feel the need to trust themselves with their judgment, etc., is because I saw the number 111 before I started recording. So that just feels like extra confirmation that I was supposed to share that message, and maybe someone really needed it, despite how much Google seemed to not want you to have it. Maybe there's something here about struggling to express yourself or use your voice. And sharing from my own experience, I'm just sharing it for someone who it might help for. But maybe expressing yourself feels anxious. Not like, it makes you feel anxious, not necessarily because it makes you feel unsafe, because you're afraid of being misunderstood or judged, or on a deeper level, betrayed in how you are treated because you're misunderstood or being judged. Man. I had some chicken before I started recording this video. It had spicy seasoning on it. I think that's why I keep having to clear my throat. But moving into interpreting number 1143, starting with the number 1, I have seen 111 twice, and so this is a pretty powerful message here. To have trust and faith in yourself and in the universe and your ability to create or manifest something with the help and support of the universe. Trust your intuition and believe in your strength. Moving on to the number 4, this number is connected to stability and ancestors. And if you are feeling anxious or uncomfortable in a situation, like at home or with family members, someone that you might financially rely on, your ancestors want you to know that they're there to support you, to help you feel more safe and secure in a situation where things might be feeling a little unstable. And I just saw in my mind's eye the star card in reverse, which is about feeling really hopeless and really faithless. You could be feeling overwhelmed with fear. And I'm seeing a reading that I did, I think, sometime recently. I think it was a video, the one before the last, I think. I'm not 100% sure. But I pulled out a card that said, fear. So maybe that could be confirmation that this reading is meant for you if you watch that other reading. But if you are trying to create more stability for yourself, and it is challenging because of maybe some people in your life, I really encourage you to be patient. And I really feel like your ancestors are encouraging you to be patient as well, and to really have trust and faith in the process, and throughout that process to love yourself and be patient with yourself to help make the wait less painful or agonizing or frustrating, or however it might be making you feel in a way that is distracting and not necessarily helpful. Moving on to the number 3, this number is about self-expression and communication and using your voice. We did mention earlier about how maybe you're struggling to use your voice because it makes you feel anxious, and this feels like a pretty powerful confirmation for you to reflect on whatever it is that helps for you to use your voice. Like, really think back to the first time that using your voice made you feel unsafe. Maybe that could help give you some insight into what's really creating the anxiety. Is this fear trying to limit you? It's just an echo from the past, or is it trying to genuinely protect you? I'll leave that for you to discern. Maybe later in the reading we'll find out, but if not, have trust and faith in yourself to really understand yourself, so you can make yourself heard and show up in the world in a way that is honest and authentic, so you can, attract relationships and manifest things that are built on truth and honesty and reality, just realness. Something truly meaningful and valuable to you. The number 3 can also be about healing and growing. there might be something significant here about a pocket for somebody, like maybe in a pair of pants, and a t-shirt. Maybe there's something in a pocket, or something about putting your hands in the pocket, or something. I don't know. Only take that if it resonates. But as I was saying, the number 3 can also be about healing and growing, and to being committed to whatever it takes to take care of your mental, emotional, and spiritual well-being and development. And now I'm seeing self-development, which is a word that I have written on the 3 of Cups in reverse. I'm also feeling connected to the 3 of Wands. You might be feeling isolated, but maybe you want to collaborate or you want more support. And again, I'm right there with you. I really am. But this time alone could, there's something to gain from this, I feel like. Maybe there's something you need to reflect on, or, focus less on the negativity and more on what there is to gain with your current circumstances. And I saw the Sun card, which is all about positivity, maybe the truth being revealed, or something being illuminated. I really feel like your darkness, the darkness that exists within you, and your fears can show you something important. So maybe you want to reflect on those if you feel called to. And I really encourage you to commit to learning how to use your voice and healing and growing in a way that makes you feel more confident and comfortable with expressing yourself, or at least, I guess confident. I'm leaning more towards confident. Because, given what I've been talking about, I don't know if expressing yourself will be comfortable, at least not until maybe the situation changes or you change your perspective. I'm not sure. Moving on to adding up these numbers. 1 plus 1 is 2. And 2 plus 4 is 6. 6 plus 3 is 9. And the number 9 is about purpose and helping the world release what no longer works. Maybe you have an opportunity here to change or transform in a way that helps contribute to a more honest and stable world. Not just your own reality, but also our collective reality. I feel that this number is a reminder of, how much bigger what you're going through really is. I really like to remind people in readings that whenever you defend the truth or a lie, you are defending a greater truth or a greater lie, if that makes sense. It's just so important to me for people to understand how interconnected we actually are. It's reminding me about how, I was having a conversation with myself, as I do sometimes, because sometimes I like to think out loud, I guess. But yeah, we can't do things alone. Not in a big way. We can do things alone in our immediate relationships and circumstances, but when we're thinking about the bigger lie or the bigger truth, we got to come together on that. And so what force in this light do you want to unite with more? Light or darkness? Are you going to embrace the truth or protect the lie? Maybe what lie or truth do you feel like you're telling yourself or that you're living in that could be contributing to something greater than you? Really open your mind up to what is possible. If you feel like you're having a greater impact, or if you don't even know, you don't even have to know the people or situations or the forces that you're having an impact on. I just personally believe that we always do have an impact, simply because everything is energy, and people are so just dependent on each other. We really wouldn't have as much in life if it weren't for other people. This table, these cards, this house that I'm in wouldn't exist without the work of other people. You know? If you do feel a sense of purpose, I encourage you to trust it. If you feel called to seek it out, I encourage you to trust it. I am just having trouble with my words today. I was looking back on some readings I did, and the tripping up on my words seems to be a thing lately. Maybe it's because like you're thinking one thing and you're trying to say a different thing. I don't know. But this number, 1143, again, as I've said in many readings, 1134 may be significant for you. But this number that we've been talking about has been a massive call for you to have trust and faith in yourself and the universe, your ancestors. Trust and know that they are present with you and supporting you, and however you are trying to create more stability within yourself through healing or in your reality. And use your voice, express yourself, even if it's in a more private sense. You're journaling or meditating. You deserve to be heard. You deserve to be heard by yourself the most. I believe that when we allow ourselves to be heard, we hear what we have to say to ourselves, what's going on within us. It attracts people who also want to hear what we have to say, who give us the space and the capacity to be heard. I encourage you to heal and to grow in whatever way you feel called to right now, and to trust whatever sense of purpose you feel, or to seek it out, and to just know that whatever you're going through, however you move forward, it is so much bigger than you. So you can see that there are a couple of decks of cards on the table. We have the Nightmare Before Christmas Tarot, and these are just flashcards that I wrote on and made myself. I'm just going to start with drawing a couple of these tarot cards. For some reason I wanted to say flashcards. Let me think for a second. Actually, I think I'm just going to draw one of these tarot cards, and then I'll do 2 flashcards. We have the High Priestess in reverse. I'm also feeling connected to the Two of Wands, which is about, I think you might be being presented with an opportunity that you are passionate about, or that really connects with you on a soul level. I just saw a sign about being the change that you wish to see with the number 122 on the timer. This High Priestess has some things written on it. I don't think you'll be able to see it that well, but the words are right there. It says awareness, trust your instincts, truth, and clarity. When this card is in reverse, someone here is not trusting themselves. They're not trusting their instincts. You may be feeling confused, or it's possible you have more clarity than you realize, and for some reason you're just not trusting or paying attention to what you already know. The High Priestess is definitely somebody who is very intuitive, and when this card is in reverse, it signifies not listening to your intuition or just being confused, just a real lack of clarity here, and maybe there's some darkness or some fear really standing in your way of trusting your own intuition. As I said with the number 1, where does your intuition feel like it is guiding you? What does it feel like it is telling you? I just saw a sign, a number on the timer, 243, that is about a warning. that someone or something may be trying to manipulate or coerce you into a vulnerable position, or they're trying to take advantage of a vulnerable position that you are already in. And, you know, I feel like I understand well what you are going through, because a lot of what you're going through is similar to what I'm going through, or have already experienced. And though the journey you're on is very difficult, the journey to trust and have faith in yourself, to use your voice, though it's difficult, I believe that it is one of the most beautiful journeys you could ever trek. I personally feel, I'm still on that journey right now, actually. And I really do believe that the direction that I'm heading in, I'm going to be part of something very beautiful in my own life and in the world. You know, just whatever impact I have with the content I'm making, or however I decide to use my own voice. What really is stopping you or holding you back from having trust and faith in yourself? I'm feeling connected to the Star card in reverse again. What is making you feel hopeless or faithless? Your ancestors in particular are asking you, where is your faith? And I'm being reminded about that religious song about, I think it's Amazing Grace. I'm not sure, but it's about being lost and then being found. This may be an opportunity for you to really find yourself and to really find your voice, and your ancestors are so here for it, because they want you to feel free. And they want you to tap into the courage that already exists within you. And you don't have to rush into anything. Give yourself the space and the time that you need and that you deserve to learn how to have more trust and faith in yourself. And maybe part of learning to have more trust and faith in yourself is also about learning how to have more trust and faith in the universe. Religious or just practical, just that good things can happen for you. I used to say in readings, you can be that person. It can happen to you. And that could be in a good context or a bad context. Maybe there's something here you are in disbelief about, like, oh, that can't happen to me. That good thing can't happen to me, or that bad thing will never happen to me. And this is a call for you to hold your horses and really think about it. And ask yourself, why do you feel like it can't happen for you or to you? Really, what pain are you carrying that could bring more light into your life by exploring it? I'm going to move on to these index cards now. As I said, I am going to draw a couple of these. I did forget to talk about the number 2 on the High Priestess. I think I saw the number 2 earlier, but that was when the video cut off because Google. But number 2 it can be confirmation of a significant relationship or situation that is on your mind right now. It can also be confirmation or guidance for you to protect your peace, prioritize what means the most to you, and make the decisions that you need to make to protect your peace and to prioritize what means the most to you. In general, it's a call for you to be very wise with your decisions, especially if there's a relationship or a specific situation involved. In fact, if you are feeling fear, it may be best to go at your own pace or to move slower, to not rush anything. You don't want to make a decision out of arrogance. You want to make a decision as this card says, out of clarity. Make decisions out of confidence, not fear. Well, let's say make decisions out of confidence or courage, and not fear. Oh my lord. This is the card that I drew. This is the exact fear card that I was talking about in a previous reading. So if you did watch that previous reading, this one here is very much meant for you. But it's also very clarifying about what is making it harder to trust yourself or to really connect with your intuition. And it's fear. So how can you build a better relationship with fear in general or specific fear to help you see things more clearly? How can you be in the driver's seat instead of whatever this fear is? The second and last card is can't wait to see what spirituality means to you. So this does feel like encouragement to explore your belief system, maybe some religions, spiritual mysticism, any curiosity you have about a higher power out there, while you are learning to trust yourself and to make decisions out of confidence or courage instead of fear. And it's just so relevant, those messages in the beginning about really just having trust and faith in yourself. And maybe that's where the fear is at. Like, you're afraid of being wrong about your own intuition or your own potential or where you feel like things could go. Fear is something that I have been trying to learn how to have a healthy relationship with since I was in high school. So, probably about a decade now. And I really want you to take your time. And I will say that once I started getting into the spiritual stuff, that really, really accelerated my journey in trying to overcome anxiety. And I encourage you, thinking back to that hopelessness and that faithlessness, before trying to overcome your fear or anxiety, as it was for me, it may be more helpful to focus on the depression first before trying to overcome or have a better relationship with anxiety. I personally believe that when we overcome our fears, it takes a lot of trust and faith in ourselves. And when we feel depressed, the faith and trust in ourselves isn't there, or it's not as much as it could be to really be helpful in facing our fears. So I personally suggest, based on my own experience, restore your faith and your trust first in yourself, in the universe, or in good things that could happen. And then worry about, unironically, overcoming any fear or anxiety, or could work a different way for you, as I just saw the number 111 on the timer. Trust yourself. Whatever you feel called to do. And have faith in yourself too. I just saw 123, a sign to trust everything happens for a reason. What a great message to end on. Overall, this reading is very much encouraging you to learn how to have more trust and faith in yourself, to use your voice. It feels like this is an opportunity to heal and to grow, to create more stability within you and outside of you. And your ancestors want you to know that they are present here with you to support you in this journey, past loved ones, whether you knew them in this life or not. There is a purpose and a deeper meaning in letting go of what no longer works for you personally to help contribute to what no longer works for us collectively. These cards are highlighting someone here who isn't listening to themselves, or they don't trust or have faith in themselves as much as they should because of some sort of fear. And so it's very clear here that it's important to work through this fear, and it may even be helpful here to explore the spiritual things as well, to strengthen your relationship with the universe, because that may really, really help you in trusting and believing in yourself more.